we enter the third and final day of Startup Weekend Orlando 2022. Before we do, here's what happened so far. On day 1, participants pitched original ideas and formed teams. On day 2, they worked on their business models and talked to potential customers. On day 3, they had their most intense experience yet, as they tried to land a customer commitment, to validate their idea, and to tell a compelling story to the judges. Which teams will succeed? Which ones will implode? We are about to find out.
Startup Weekend Orlando 2022. Okay, so now your job today is in convergent thinking. You spent yesterday creating a bunch of choices, and then you started making choices. Now it's time to finalize those choices and turn your work into a story that will impress the judges. You have access to the judging criteria. All that's left is to weave that story together and go through it not once, not twice, not thrice, but you can go through that pitch. It's 5 minutes long, 12 times an hour. I don't want to hear anything from anyone later today about having not enough time to practice. You should start practicing right now when we're done with your first pitch, without slides, whatever state that they're in, with whatever state any of that in, just start pitching it right now, and it's going to draw a gap, a big line from where you are right now to where you're going to be tonight.
We oxygenate faster there, but also we have access to a lot more skills when we are breathing deeper. There's a lot of research on this and we don't have time to go into it, but I'm going to invite you to start taking deeper breaths right now. So you can close your eyes or you can keep them open, but count till 4 as you breathe in, and then see if you can stretch your count to 6 as you breathe out. I'm going to do this with you too. Just training your body to remember what this rhythm feels like. What it feels on an ongoing basis to have access to your full breath, to your full lungs capacity. All right, have a fantastic, fantastic day. You are all going to shine today. I'm so looking forward to how this day unfolds for you. And remember to breathe. Thank you.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. SWORL, baby!
This is kind of an example of like what the app does. I don't know if you can see it from there.
Basically, it's going to use machine learning and AR, so you can like visualize yourself in the outfits that we pick out for you.
Yes. And just for $5 for being an early adopter, a lifetime warranty, lifetime membership for $5.
Are you all interested?
Not today. This moment, but thank you so much.
So the point around now, like you said, we're bringing together the slide deck. We found some great statistics to use. In fact, I think that's why they directed us towards college dropouts. So there's a huge, huge market to assist college
area.
That's
where I thought of picking up that college dropout category, because they are the one at that age, you know.
They're still trying to find themselves. They're still trying to find their career.
Yeah, they have a lot of.
We're working on getting those last interviews in, getting a little more data, getting our pitch deck completely finalized. We're like 70% of the way there. And then we worked on this morning generating revenue.
I got the money back.
We're like, okay, well, I don't know how good we're gonna do, so let's start out with a goal of like $50, right? Well, guess how much we have now? You're probably thinking, oh, you know, they only got like maybe 100. No, we have almost $400 right now. And it's only 126.
Yeah, so like because we I want 3 scoops, right? But to them it's like, well, what's a scoop? So somewhere in here we need to either put it in like gray, like
we don't need to put it. He's gonna say it in the words. That's what I'm saying, Henry. There is no need to overcrowd the slides with all this additional.
I think that is those are our value propositions. We painstakingly curate the best airline, hotel, car rental rates. We reduce the search time and we offer instant booking.
Just because there were times where, some people were sort of more, and that's where the, I guess the dynamics clash, where we had some really strong personality extroverts coming out here and voicing their opinion really hard on it, whereas we had other introverts on the team that they wanted to share, but they, were sort of pushed back a little and, thrown off by should they voice their opinion, should they do that, and so that was a struggle, really, of trying to be able to communicate effectively with all these different personality types that were there.
Right.
Yeah, I have all of it right there.
Yeah. So would that wow you as a customer?
Yeah, I'd like that for anything now. So.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah. So I think the tension could come from maybe one person thinking about something that they've experienced in a different way, how they would present something, and another person thinking about how they would present it. So perhaps just creative ideas maybe clashing.
Use those testimonials. You ask them like, this is what we asked these guys, and they said TripAdvisor or Kayak missed these things. This is what we are providing them, right? That makes it simple.
I'm sorry, so
how far are on your pitch deck?
Building it right now.
Yes.
Building it right now.
We just wanted to get.
So no, the actual presentation. I mean.
No.
Yes.
Okay.
We're still building that. Yeah.
Target before 12.
Yep.
Target before 12
okay.
to finish the pitch deck. Whatever information you have, just fill it in. Just have the template with the rough draft before 12.
Your biggest problem is there's too much going on.
Yeah.
There's way too much going on.
Gotcha.
You're putting stuff on top of stuff, and at some point there's too many holes and people can poke holes in all kinds of stuff, and they're not gonna understand it all, especially if you go into too much detail.
Yeah, so after we take home that hardware, we're gonna light up some stogies. We're all grabbing some cigars. It's gonna be fun. And then building this thing out, I mean, we're already talking about what it's gonna look like in terms of run rate, 1.5 at like a 7 valuation like type of raise. We're looking into getting the funding to build it out, and we have most of our team members are actually pretty willing to go and make this thing happen. So we're excited to see where it goes. We think this thing definitely has legs. There's cash flow in it, and we've really built out something that we just need to validate now with customers on the platform. So we're excited to get going.
Company overview. We're based in Orlando, USA. Docked is based centrally located within Florida, the nation's leading state in boat sales. Florida's new boat sales were $4.3 billion, up to 28% in 2021. Being a virtual company, as we aim to stay flexible, nimble, and agile to reach the global maritime community quickly. Docked is a four-way equal partnership to be formed as an S Corp LLC. We've got our team there.
How much of a priority is it to follow up with them? Did this person change your life in 3 words? Or was this person, you can rate them if you want, if you feel comfortable. And you can take a picture. I'm a picture person. I see someone's face, that's how I know who they are. If I have your name, I'm not gonna remember who you are.
Hi, my name is Audrey and I'm 11 years old. So my startup weekend business is Deep Connect. Our company, I'd say, is about so that you have business partners and they give you their business card and you're going to connect with them, get in contact with them, but you're just so busy that you couldn't. So our app, when you're free, it sends you a notification where you're like, hey, it seems like you're free. You can, maybe this is time to connect with this person, like get in contact with them and see if they can help you.
We built a prototype that works, an MVP. If you scan this QR code, you can actually try it yourself and look at a few defense contracts right now. Total addressable market in the space is about $490 billion and growing annually. And that's annual set aside specifically budgeted for private defense contractors. All right, clap once if you can hear me. Clap twice if you can hear me. All right, thank you. Guys ready to get started? Yeah! We love the energy. You guys finally got it. All right, every single time I made you do it twice. Today you brought it. I'm going to ask for just a small amount more energy, and you guys know what's coming on the count of 3. By now, you know we got to do a swirl, baby, to kick this thing off. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, swirl! All right. Yes. Okay, so we are basically going to get right to the pitching, but I want to make sure everybody's on the same page about exactly what we are pitching today. So, first things first, you will get 5 minutes to present your awesome work for the weekend to our illustrious panel of judges, who will then have 3 minutes to grill, probe, interrogate, throw tomatoes, anything else that they may need to do based on the quality of your work. So we've been talking all weekend about the 3 judging criteria, and I'm just going to reiterate those super briefly. So we have 3. We have business model, we have customer validation, and we have execution stroke traction.
We have 3 wonderful judges that are here, taking a few hours away from their families on a Sunday night to share their thoughts, their wisdom, their connections potentially with you. So let's give it up for Ben, if you wouldn't mind standing for a minute. And Ben is one of the founders of Deepwork Capital, and Deepwork is actually one of the most active VCs in Florida. I saw that somewhere.
I'll say a couple of words. I'm actually, he wanted me to stand up because I'm probably the tallest guy in the room here, which is my only real claim to fame. So I am an aerospace engineer by training, started several companies, and then went on to start Deepwork Capital in 2015. We're an early stage venture capital firm. We also manage the state's venture program, so we have a few $100 million of capital that we manage for companies just like this.
Next, we have my good friend, Curtis. Curtis and I have done a lot of fun things together. He's a community leader.
Thanks, Rajiv. It's a pleasure. I work a lot with corporates these days, enterprises, very large companies, and I hear a lot of really boring presentations. So what I'm looking for from you guys is some heart, something, I know you got passion, something personal, and it's just great to hear this kind of fresh information coming from especially young people too. So applause already to you guys for this.
Thank you. And next we have Trisha. Trisha is one of the executives at Advent Health. Who here hasn't heard of Advent Health?
Good.
You and I need to talk at some point.
Hi, sure. I'm Trish Idris. I run strategy for the Central Florida division here of Advent Health. So I spend my time thinking about growth, about customers, and about how to innovate an industry like healthcare that's pretty old and established. And so I really look forward to the great ideas you guys are going to bring to the table. And I'm kind of jealous because I wish I had known about this about, 20 years ago when I was in Central Florida. So congratulations to the innovation that's happening, and good luck to all of you.
Deep Connect.
Let's get this event started off right. We are Deep Connect. We are an app that helps people reconnect after networking events. So, we have a problem, and it's right in this room, all of us. Business professionals want a fast and simple way to manage and strengthen their network at large events just like this. Well, we notice that people have a lot of people to meet, right? We meet a lot of people, but we tend to not follow up with them, and they're like, why aren't we doing that? Well, it seems that we just don't have the time, we lose the contact, or we just forget. So our solution is a simple app to capture, categorize, and follow up with new connections.
You definitely answered a question I had with your entry point is convention centers, and being here in Orlando, good move, very smart, I like that. How did you prototype or get any sort of customer validation? How did you get some feedback?
Oh, right. We had, that slide was not up there, we interviewed 80 people, 70 people gave us their email, right? We made 2 prototypes, and we also made $500 in revenue. We probably should have said that. That's kind of a big number. Important, right?
Hi, my name is Lindsay, and I truly believe a company's greatest asset are their people. And I know that every decision maker out there believes that and wants to make a difference so that they have happy, healthy employees who stay and grow. I am proud to introduce to you a company called Rise. We are a digital platform addressing employee engagement through play. The biggest problem we've all experienced in some way has been coming off of the pandemic. The employee staffing shortages are the biggest they've ever been, and we have the highest turnover rates we've ever had. I introduced to you the solution, Rise. Rise is your wellness arcade that will make your employee engagement experience fun with innovative team building in 3 key ways: using games, a scheduling system, and an insight dashboard.
So obviously wellness, I'm in healthcare, so I really like the lane you're going down, and this is clearly a key need, so I congratulate you on that. I guess my question is around, because this is a direct to employer strategy, I'm assuming in terms of the business model. So you would be selling it to employers. What is the ROI metric that you think you'll drive to, besides turnover? Because we know there's a lot of different factors that drive turnover. So I'm just curious for the employer side.
Yeah, I've thought a lot about this. My background, I'm a healthcare executive, a behavior analyst. I used to run psychiatric hospitals. Mental health to me is my purpose. And I believe that it would genuinely help change ultimately morale, but from a KPI standpoint, your turnover. It would help with retention. It would help with lost productivity, and it would just help break down those silos that also create challenges from every department where there's potentially errors. And when you're talking about healthcare, you're talking about lives.
I personally had an opportunity to own my life savings in a form of a boat, and I let my parents drive it one afternoon and they fucked it up. So we have the opportunity this weekend to integrate a system that allows us to prevent docking errors. Docking in a boat or a yacht is the most dangerous activity that you can do in a watercraft. In 2021, we found out that there were $65 million in damages in the yachting industry. Our solution is Dock. We aim to create a automated auto docking platform utilizing sensors within Orlando. So we have been able to network and talk to C-level executives within the yachting industry, the sensor industry, and we're excited to partner with them.
Do you know the expression blue ocean strategy?
No, sir.
Oh, I like where you're going here. It seems like a unique space. Just trying to do a bad pun. No, it's cool. I like the problem you're solving. It's very specific. There's definitely money there to be saved. I'm not sure the other numbers you could run. What if the sensors failed one time and that you'd ruin someone's multi-million-dollar yacht? Sounds like a pretty big insurance package. Yes, so have you factored in all the costs that are going to be associated with this?
In the last 54 hours, we're definitely stepping into a big marketplace, but we understand that we have partners that will help us solve this.
Did you know that 30% of high school graduates that chose to not go to college didn't go to college because they just didn't know what they wanted to study? On top of that, 50% of non-college educated students that dropped out of college because they later realized the career path they chose wasn't right for them. Hi, my name is Armand, and I came up with the idea of Career Scoops to help solve this. So Career Scoops will help solve this issue by first offering young adults the ability to first find out what type of jobs they might be interested in using an AI-powered solution. And then they can talk to someone working at a job they're interested in. Using this, they can then find out what job is right for them.
All right, good job, Career Scoops. I like the idea of a scoop, it's kind of nice. I'll just say right now, don't sell into schools. It's very hard, very hard. I know a lot of people have tried to climb that mountain. I would actually suggest you look at like Rotary clubs, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts clubs, that kind of thing. And as far as your validation, I'm a little suspicious because the people who are going to be paying for this are me, mom and dad, okay? So you need validation from those parents as well as just students. So those are two just observations I'd make right off the bat. I do really like the mentors element a lot. I think that's very cool. You could just start with that as an entry point, just with Boys and Girls Clubs, or just get one club involved and just practice mentoring and see what happens with that. The other thing I'm suspicious about with AI, and I love AI, but that data is all backwards looking. Is it really looking out to the future of careers? How future forward is that AI in recommending the career that we don't even know about yet? So I'm worried about a little bit of a backward bias in your algorithms too.
Well, thank you so much for this suggestions and recommendations, well taken. And I'm going to address the data model part. I'm a data scientist. That's what I do in my daytime job, is building models and iterating through models. And it is a challenging task to solve, to look at the forward-looking careers, because there are a lot of careers that just don't exist yet, right? We don't know what the next generation will be battling going forward. But what we're trying to do is we're really trying to solve the problem for high schoolers right now. They have this problem right now, they're trying to solve it. So we're trying to iterate, connect, get them out of their bubble, trying to iterate and connect them with mentors that can make a difference in their lifestyle, life choices for them. What's gonna take them in the next 5-10 years? We don't know. And sometimes we as adults don't know what's gonna take us in the next 5-10 years.
Well, so I'm thrilled that if you're a high school student and you're pitching here, I have no worry about the future.
Good evening, everyone. We're very excited to be here. So we are Astria, and Astria is actually the Greek goddess of precision. And the reason that we picked that name is because we are solving for the problem of having correct bid submissions for DoD projects. And specifically, we're looking to solve the problem of increasing volume, the number of submissions that you can do, and also the accuracy of these submissions. And now the festival result.
What's up, guys? So, we are defense contract automation. Right? A lot of people don't know about defense contracts, so we'll roughly go over the history of the U.S. government spending today. So, the problem is requests for proposals, which is what they're called, RFPs, on defense contracts are extremely complex and expensive to build. Okay? The solution is that we automate the entire search and submission process using in-depth categorization way beyond anything that anyone is using currently, which is NAICS codes. Anyone familiar with them? NAICS.
So impressive what you built over the weekend. Real problem. I said I started off in the aerospace industry, and I've written more than my fair share of proposals for RFP refunds. But all of the major firms that I interacted with, they have a tool that does something like this. And so I'm thinking, so what's your customer size? So I saw some names up there at some firms I actually recognize, but who do you think your target customer is for this product?
So some of the tools that you talked about, the competitors, there are tools out there, the vast majority of them actually get a budget and then hire people. They hire freelancers to do the work. Ours is automated. The whole process is automated, and when you actually get to the bid submission, we're adding features where it'll be like TurboTax, but for a defense contract. The target audience that we're looking for now are sippers and smalls, anybody doing less than $30 million.
Okay, good evening. My name is Deja, and this week I had the pleasure of chatting with a group of millennials who had just come from attending a music festival. Here in Orlando, this festival had over 300,000 attendees this weekend. I got to chat with them, and I actually learned that this group of friends is half the size it was supposed to be. They had originally planned for a huge group of them to go to this festival, but unfortunately, many of the individuals in the group didn't make it through the planning process. And I had to ask myself why. I've fallen prey to this. We get so enthusiastic and so passionate in the beginning about our plans, but when it comes time to execute, something is not working for us. So we talked to these customers, we talked to almost 100 of them, and we learned that it is the planning process that is frustrating them. So we had to ask ourselves, is there something we can do to help the groups of millennials have a better planning process going to music festivals?
So who, because you said this is millennials planning for millennials, like who is actually doing the planning? Meaning, is there a person behind it that's helping? Is this technology driven? Like, how does that work?
Yes, me, because I'm lazy. Anyone that's in a group of 5, there's usually a planner already, so those are the people that we're mainly targeting.
No, but who's on the other side of it for the company? Is that a person? Is that a...
So for our MVP, we decided to start with that PDF brochure that we actually did manually overnight and then went out and sold it. But the idea is that we would have the person put in the details of their time that they want to go and what festival, and then also their personality. And we're going to take those and make a curated list of all the different like bookings and stuff that we scraped off the web, and give them a catered list, and then they can go in and individually take those pieces out and put different ones in to customize it to exactly what they want. But we're going to give them an automated suggested path to their goals.
Okay, I am plenty loud for y'all, right? Yeah. Okay, there's one thing my mama told me, is that I'm loud. And every teacher I ever had. Okay, all right, so I do really want to say, like, seriously, big congratulations. I don't know if I'll go as far as we're all winners.
Yes, we are!
Some of you are about to discover a little something, let me tell you.
What the hell?
Okay, but seriously, congratulations. Actually, everyone here did an absolutely phenomenal job.
Including you!
Thank you, Steve. Okay. But I'm very proud of the work that everyone did. It was all pretty amazing. Seriously, it's really good. I told you guys on Friday that I've done this more than 30 times now, and I keep coming back to Orlando every few years because y'all rock. Seriously. 3 placements left to go. Oh, drum roll. Drum roll's ready. 3rd place for 2022 is Also Go Tripsy. Get back up here. Okay, so 13 teams, we've given away 1 award. I know some of you are doing that math right now. 2nd place. Here we go. 2nd place, Startup Week in Orlando is Career Scoop. Well done. Nice work. Very, very good. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. There's a lot of tension in the room right now. I can feel it. Sorry, it's malfunctioning. I don't know what's going on. Here we go. 1st place, baby, is Deep Connect.
See this? You see this? We freaking did this. My team, I told you they're incredible people. I meant that shit. Because this, I would not have been able to do this without every single one of them. Every single one of them. Incredible people. Let's talk about the mentors. We would not have gotten as far as we did if we didn't have freaking fantastic mentorship from Rajiv, from JDM, from Raphael, I'm pretty sure his name is. Rafi?
Roofer.
Roofer, yes, him. I see. I'm not good at names. That's why I'm meeting my app. I know faces. The guy in the purple shirt. So many others. Even Ashley, who's not even a mentor, came in and helped us greatly. I pitched multiple times. That's why my voice is kind of running out. I also screamed when we got this, so yeah, my voice is kind of gone. But again, like I said, it's not about this. I'm gonna connect with these people for life. I'm gonna connect with these mentors for life. I'm never gonna forget this, ever. And the things I learned here will not just stay in here. I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna not only show people what I know, but help people learn about what I learned here today.
All right, hey Dylan, how you doing?
Doing well.
How are you feeling right now?
Good, it's been a great 54 hours, but we're here.
That is awesome. Did you have a good time?
I had a great time. I really
Tell me a little bit about what your experience was like.
My experience just throughout the whole time was enlightening.
And I learned a lot about myself just because I've got,
4 strangers. At the end of the day, we're all working together. We're all trying to be founders, and we're all trying to see the business succeed.
And if you have the right team and the right mentors, it's actually so doable. And it's impressive how easy it can be with that.
I learned that you are one of the best hosts of a startup event that I've ever experienced.
One of the things I had told you on Friday night was that every single startup weekend, we have multiple teams making revenue. What did you first feel when I said that? What did you feel on Friday night?
I honestly laughed. Like, to myself, I was more like, how is anyone gonna make money from, we had ideas, right? But from really nothing, because that was one of the parameters. Like, you weren't supposed to have anything. So by the end of the weekend, we were supposed to have money made in hand, so I was like, there's no way.
On a weekend?
On a weekend.
All right, well, thank you, viewers. We really appreciate you following along on our journey here and watching to the final episode. This is something that we put together as an experience, not just to give you a sense of the drama that was going on, but really to give you guys a sense of what the Startup Weekend experience is like. The Startup Weekend experience is a true roller coaster, and it's not just a training or a networking event or a hackathon. It's much more than all of those put together, because there's growth in all kinds of different dimensions: personal dimensions, professional dimensions, entrepreneurial dimensions, innovation strategies, innovation tools, customer discovery. The list goes on. And part of what we were trying to do is, it's really hard for people to believe that all of that is possible in one weekend. So what we try to do is put together a really detailed video for you to get a sense of all the individual journeys of different individuals going through this experience. And I see this every single year. As you see from this video, you'll see there's people from all kinds of backgrounds. We have high schoolers, we have middle-aged people, we have everybody in the middle coming together and contributing in a single team and making a massive difference in not just their personal development, but what they're going to go on and do with their careers. So once again, I really appreciate you guys sticking along with us on our journey. I hope to see you all on the startup weekends that come up next year and all the ones that come up after that. I wish you all the best. Thank you so much.
So our journey with the participants of Startup Weekend 2022 comes to an end. But for many of the participants, their journey into startup life has just begun. Now equipped with new skills, new confidence, and a new network, the world is their oyster. And what about you? Have you experienced it yet? Whether you're trying to innovate with startups, within an enterprise, or for social good, Startup Weekend can accelerate your progress more than anything else you can do in 3 days. So check out startupweekendorlando.com and join us as we change the world one weekend at a time.